Now, what is quiet luxury? Come make we talk. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Renee if you are new here. Now, as you can tell by today's video title, we're talking about quiet luxury. And you know, I am so sick and tired of talking about it, but I said, you know what? I gave my opinion on Instagram. Let me just do a little long form video and chit chat about it. Now, if you've been living under a rock, it is like all the rage on TikTok now. People talking about quiet luxury, old money aesthetic, old money this, that, child. So firstly, let's get into the definition of quiet luxury. So I Googled it, and from what I found, I'm gonna read directly from Google. It is, quiet luxury is the antithesis of fast fashion with a focus on thoughtful shopping and wearing true investment pieces. A juxtaposition to the logo mania that was trending over the past few years, it's a more minimalistic approach to dressing. Nothing more, nothing less. But looking on TikTok, like you can get that racial slash and or classism underlining tone when people are discussing it. When it's just clothing. When I see people with logos from head to toe, do I think it's tacky? Absolutely. But at the same time, that just may be their style. People associate logos from head to toe with new money as opposed to old money. And in my opinion, what does it matter? What does it matter? Everyone started as new money at some point in time. But let's not even get into the old money and where the old money came from. That's another video for another day. When it comes to logomania, right? It brings me back to the whole Dapper Dan and Gucci hoopla that happened where Gucci came out with that collection. You know, they're trying to get in on that streetwear coin and completely ripped off his designs. Yes, back in the day, Dapper Dan used the logos of these big houses to create unique fashions, custom fashions for like the rappers or just people in the community around Harlem, musicians, dope boys, you know, whatever the case may be. He did use their patterns or their logos, but he also created a unique design, a unique pattern. And instead of giving him credit initially, they just literally bit off of him and put out a complete collection as if no one's going to notice. And in my opinion was, why is it okay when it's time to make money off of the logo mania? Why is it okay to cater to like a certain demographic? At the time, it was to cater to a different demographic, not the demographic who originated it. It was okay at that time, but now once we meaning Black people, once we start wearing certain things, all of a sudden it's out. And we know that's the case. Like, let's stop sugarcoating it. That's what it is. If we say something is cool, then it's cool. And then once we all start to wear it, then all of a sudden, like, it's like, okay, we need to move on to something else. Trends come and go. That is fashion. It's always been that way. But like I said, when a certain group or demographic starts to wear it, then it becomes a problem. Now it's ill. Who wears that? I personally do not wear logos from head to toe. Sometimes I may have a little logo here and there mixed in with my looks. I personally just like to wear pieces, and if whether you know what they are or not, then that's just what it is. But at the same time, there are those people who like to wear logos from head to toe, and I've seen them come in all shapes and sizes, all races and demographics. And the discussion that I see being had on TikTok, they're pushing this, oh, let's go for the labels more like Brunello Cucinelli and Loro Piana. And it's like, you do know there are other designers that create quiet luxury. It's not just those two. That's how you can tell people don't really know what the hell they're talking about. It's not just those two brands. It's like, please get a grip, or please read, or please, have you been about this life? Or you just now, you're going off what you hear other people saying on TikTok, and all of a sudden, oh, I'm into quiet luxury. Like, what? Since when? Oh, Lord Jesus. I'm going off my tangent. Let me reorganize and bring it back, okay? There's also this discussion on whether wealthy people spend their money on designer things, and they most definitely do. I've seen so many wealthy people with logos, and wealth does not buy class or style. Trust me, I've seen the tackiest people with a whole lot of money mixing logos from head to toe. Like, please, okay? People like to bring up how, let's say people like Steve Jobs wear the same thing every day, but To my knowledge, Steve Jobs was wearing an Issey Miyake turtleneck every single day. Just because you don't know what it is to the naked eye, you may not know what that looks like, but trust me, it ain't cheap. It is not cheap to buy them turtlenecks every day. And yeah, maybe someone who Dapper Dan is designing for likes the logos. That doesn't make it any more better or worse. Everyone expresses themselves differently, especially Black people. We tend to be a little bit more flashy and out there. That's just how we express. We like color. We're more showy. We like a lot of jewelry. That's our thing. I don't think that means that it's tacky. So I was on harpersbazaar.com and I just wanted to get an idea of what are people really saying quiet luxury is, because they're mentioning like Loewe and Bottega, which, do we consider those quiet luxury? They may not have logos everywhere, but people know what they are. We know what the Loewe logo looks like. We know what Bottega weaving looks like, you know? But they also mentioned some other designers that I would just like to, you know, mention. They brought up Max Mara, they brought up Totem, Fear of God as well. To me, Fear of God has specific silhouettes and tones that, yeah, it doesn't have logos everywhere, but if you know type of thing. That's also quite luxury. Loro Piana is another one that is all over the place that I'm sick and tired of. They make a certain aesthetic, but if you know like those loafers or those moccasins, whatever they're calling them, you know them when you see them. At this point, is it really quiet if it's shouting so damn loud? Bring it back. They also mentioned a brand called Savette, and when I was researching it, I've seen this brand before. It's like a really nice vintage looking handbag company. It looks vintage to me at least. But I've actually heard of them before. I follow Pusha T's wife. I love her. And she's like the Celine queen. Celine, I would also consider quiet luxury, because it doesn't have a lot of logos, which they do have a logo, which you know what it is, but anyways, neither here nor there. She mentioned how she's been wearing their bags lately, and I just love that look. They have a lot of those little top handles, pochette kind of purses, very dainty, very feminine, and I love them. That is also one of those quiet luxury brands that may not have logos all over it, but still gives a look. Kate is another brand, and also the Row. You see a lot of the Model Off Duty girls in Row. A lot of those pieces are definitely classics. They're very, very expensive, but they're made to last, and they're meant to be in your closet for a lifetime and passed down from generations to generations. Simple. So if you were interested in learning a little bit more about some quiet luxury brands that are outside of the Loro Pianas and the Brunello Cucinellis that everyone's always talking about, then look into those brands. All in all, I feel like both logos and quiet luxury can both exist in a sea full of trends, because at the end of the day, trends come and go, but you do need to learn who you are in order to not be phased one which way and easily influenced by the trends that are coming and going. I always said it, and I mentioned it on TikTok as well. When it comes to building your personal style, the last thing you want to be doing is purchasing clothing and going with every single trend that you see. The first thing you really want to know and get to do is get to know yourself. Once you work on that and you know what works for you and which you're not willing to go and stuff yourself in because you know it's not for you, it may not fit your body type, the clothes will be wearing you, not the other way around. Okay, so step one would be to learn yourself. So when the trends come around, you may find a way to incorporate it within your personal style, and or just pass by it and just say, this is not for me. Okay, so that was my opinion on the whole quiet luxury thing. I know we didn't ran this topic into the ground, but I said, you know what, I'm gonna give my opinion. I don't care. It needs to be said, okay? I didn't watch too many videos on this because I just wanted to give my own unbiased opinion. But leave your opinions down below. I'm very curious to see what you guys think of the whole quiet luxury, owed money discussion. So with that being said, you know what to do. Hit that subscription button, leave the comment like I said, hit that notification bell, that way you're notified every time I upload a video. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media channels, Instagram, TikTok, and my website, reneelennox.com. And also I am now accepting new clients for personal styling consultations. I will leave the link to my calendar down below. And until next time. Bye. Stay quiet, okay? Shh.
One line, a line, get no, see me, no flex, be kind. Dollars in the show.